Just how excited are you to be here at Celtic?
I'm extremely excited. I've grew up as a Celtic fan my whole life, so I'm really looking forward to it.
What was it that really attracted you to the club? I know you mentioned that you really like the style of play, but is there any other aspects?
I think obviously the league win there is a huge thing that I would love to do with this club and continue to do that, and also the Champions League as well.
Just how much are you looking forward to playing Champions League football?
I can't wait. I've experienced that at Hibs. I know what it feels like, and I can't wait to get that feeling again. I think it's something you always want to do in a football career, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Have you had a chance to speak to many of the girls yet?
Yeah, I know a few of the girls already, so I'm quite close with Amy Gallagher, so I've had a few conversations with her already.
When you were at Hibs and the title battle was going on last season, what was the feeling in the Hibs camp about how things were going to turn out? What team was the strongest? What team was likely to win?
That was probably quite a difficult question. I think from the games that we watched, it was kind of 50-50. But I think that's for every team in the league. There was always ups and downs in the league all the way through the season. So, yeah, I'm not really sure. There wasn't really a Celtic or Rangers. I think it was kind of just seen game by game.
You played Rangers just before the last game of the season at Celtic Park. What was the feeling going into the game at Celtic Park? Did you feel that Hibs could maybe do something that day?
In the last game of the season? Yeah, I think for Hibs that wasn't the main focus. I think the main focus for Hibs was to give a good performance and get a result for Hibs. It wasn't to make the league, or like it wasn't for that. It was more how Hibs performed, and I think they gave a good performance.
On a personal level, were you delighted for Amy Gallagher when she scored that wonderful goal?
Yeah, I was really delighted for her. I think she really deserved it. I think she had a great season. And I think we all know, we heard the fans roar. I think that probably would have been the best feeling in the world for her.
What did Elena have to say to you when you were talking about coming to the club, and did you need much convincing?
Obviously it was a hard decision for me. I've been at Hibs for over 7 years, so it was going to be a difficult decision for me, but Celtic's always been a huge place in my heart, and I think this is definitely the right decision that I made.
And finally from me, what message would you give to the Celtic support about the type of players we can expect from yourself?
I think I've got a lot of experience in the league. I've been in this league for over 10 years, so I've got a lot of experience. I would say I'm very hard-working, very determined, and I like to play a good style of football, keeping the ball on the floor and being attacking and going forward.
I just wanted to elaborate really on just what David asked as well about how you see yourself fitting into this side in terms of kind of positionally, and whether you've spoken to Elena about tactics and how the squad might look next season, and what position is your favourite to play?
Yeah, we've obviously had that conversation. I like to play in the 8, the 10 or the 6. That doesn't really bother me as long as I'm playing. I think coming to Celtic, I know I've got competition, and I'm looking forward to that competition.
You've spoken a bit about your mentality and the injuries that you've had to overcome and kind of being on the sidelines and things. How do you think that's contributed to the attributes that you're going to bring to this side?
I think it gives you a lot of resilience as a player and as a person as well. You learn a lot from being injured. I did personally. I had 3 major knee injuries, so I think during that time being on the sidelines, you learn a lot as a person and as a player. So I think also being in that gym for a long period of time, you gain a lot of determination and work ethic as well.
Speaking of being in the gym, you also said in the interview with Celtic that you are a fan of you said you're one of those rare footballers who's a fan of pre-season. I just wanted to ask, is there anything sort of specific that you've been doing this summer to prepare for your kind of new role in this setup?
I've been given stuff from the sports science, so I think it's been great to have a change. I've not had a change for a long time, so it's good to have that plan and be ready to go into pre-season.
Does that feel a bit more motivating for you?
Yeah, I think it's something new, it's something fresh. It gives you a bit more motivation to do that, and I've got a point to prove as well. I need to stay fit, and I want to do as best as I can for pre-season.
And just finally from me, being at a club like Celtic, people always talk about the pressure. Obviously the league win kind of maybe piles that on a little bit more going into this season. Do you feel that as a new player going into the squad?
Yeah, of course. Being a new player is going to always have pressure. I think even just going into a new changing room is going to be different for me. But I want to feel that pressure. I want that pressure to move me forward as a player and as a person.
Hi Shannon, how you doing? Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you too.
Good. Like, you touched on the Champions League there. Just do you feel as though there's a confidence and an optimism that this team can go one step further than last season and get out the mini tournament and get into the competition properly?
Yeah, definitely. I think we can see that from the league win. I think that'll gain a lot of confidence in the players and as a club. So yeah, definitely. I think we could definitely give it a good go.
And was that a big selling point for you to come and try and compete at elite level? Do you feel as though you've taken a step up? That's not to be disparaging in any way to Hibs, but do you feel as though this has just come up to a slightly higher level?
Yeah, that's something that at this stage of my career I wanted to do. I want to progress myself and I want to challenge myself as a player and as a person again. And being in that Champions League and looking to win the league here as well, it's going to challenge me, and that's what I'm looking to do.
That's the thing. It'll be a kind of different season for Celtic because this is the very first time that they've gone into a campaign with a title to defend. Normally they've gone in with aspirations to win it. This is the first time they go in as league winners, so it'll be a kind of, the complexion of the title race will be a bit different from what it's been anyway for Celtic. Do you expect a different kind of pressure for yourself too? Yeah,
definitely. I think all players should have that pressure to regain that trophy. That's what we want, and we want to keep that for as long as we can.
Mm-hmm. What was it like as a Hibs player just watching the celebrations in the last game of the season and the kind of dramatic nature of it, because it looked as though it slipped away from Celtic and the lateness of it, maybe just inviting part of the relief around all the celebrations? What was it like just watching that?
I could feel and see the emotions at the side of the pitch, so I can't imagine what it felt like for the players and the staff as well. It was amazing to see that, and I think the way it happened probably made it a little bit more exciting as well. I think Hibs managed to leave it till the very last minute, so it made it a lot more exciting. I think it was good for the league to have that as well.
Mm-hmm. And just from your own perspective too, imagine if you're playing regularly and playing at a high level at Celtic, is international football something that you would be thinking about?
Yeah, playing internationally has been my dream since I've been a young girl, so that's something I want to aim for, and hopefully I can do that.
Have you had any chats at all with Pedro? Has there been any conversations about maybe what you have to do or how near you've been at points?
There's not been direct chat, but I've had conversations in the background about things that I can improve and things that I can do going forward.
Okay, and were you capped at youth level?
Yeah, I've played 17s and 19s all the way through.
Brilliant. Okay, well, thank you and good luck for the season.
Thank you very much.